Okay, so for this topic of constructions, we're going to need a pair of compasses, a ruler, and a pencil. There's a few different types of constructions we're going to look at. The first one asks us, using a ruler and a pair of compasses, construct the perpendicular bisector of the line xy. The word perpendicular means at 90 degrees, and the word bisector means that it's going to split the line in half exactly. So we need a line that will go through the line xy at 90 degrees. Now we can't just guess using our ruler, we've got to use our compass to do this. Now the way that we do that is that we stick the point end of our compass at the point x, like so. We need to extend our pencil past halfway. It doesn't matter where, as long as it's just past halfway. So once we've done that, we can draw an arc going all the way through. Then we're going to keep our compass at exactly the same width. It's really important that we do this. And put the compass in at the end y this time. And we're going to draw another arc that should cut your first arc in two places. One there, one there. Now then, where those two arcs cross is really important, because what we're going to do is use our ruler and line up those 2 points and just draw a straight line going all the way through there. Now what we've constructed is the perpendicular bisector. This angle here is 90 degrees and it has cut the line xy exactly in half. The second kind of question will ask you to do the same thing but at a specific point. In this case it's given as P down here. So it's asked us using a ruler and a pair of compasses to construct the perpendicular to the line AB at the point P. Now, whereas in the last question we had a specific line that we had to cut in half, in this case the point P isn't halfway between A and B. So we need to find the point where P is halfway between. Now then, because between P and B is the shortest bit, we're going to find out what that length is somewhere over here, and we're going to use our compass to do this. So if you put your compass end at B and extend your pencil to where P is, and then move your compass along, put it at point P, and then you can draw just a little arc on the line, and that will tell us that P is halfway between this point here and B. We'll call that point C just so that we can refer to it later on. Now, we've been asked to construct the perpendicular to the line AB at the point P. It's asked us to show all our construction arcs, so we're going to do the same thing as we did in the last question. So we're going to put our compass at point B. We need to extend it past the point P, because we need it to go past halfway. And we're going to draw an arc, this time just from the line, and make sure that it goes past where the bisector would go. We're going to do the same thing, keeping it at the same width, and we're going to put our compass at the point C, and we're going to draw another arc coming down to our line, making sure that it goes through our first arc. Now, had we extended that all the way down, we would have been able to draw it between the 2 points, but as it is, we've got the point P, so all we need to do now is just ensure that the line goes through there from the point P. And we have constructed the perpendicular to the line AB at that specific point. Your third kind of question is where it might ask you to bisect an angle. Now remember, the word bisect means to split exactly in half. So this question has asked us to construct the bisector of the angle PQR. Now when it gives you an angle with 3 letters, the letter that's in the middle with a little hat on it, that's the angle that it's talking about. So it's talking about this angle in here. So we should have a line that goes halfway through that angle. Now to use our compasses to do that, we're going to put the compass point at Q, at the angle that's in the center of what it gives us. We need to extend our compass. It doesn't really matter where you put it, but just extend your compass to a certain point and put an arc through that line there. We're then going to use the same line and do another arc through this line here, the line QP. Now then, using these 2 points as a benchmark, what we're going to do is we're going to put our compass at that point, And we're going to draw another arc roughly in the middle of our angle. We're going to keep the compass at the same length again, we're not changing our compass at any point, and we're going to draw another arc that crosses through our first arc. Now, using our ruler, all we need to do is fit it so that a line can be drawn from Q, and that will go through where those two arcs cross, like so. So we've constructed the bisector of that angle. In the next question, it's asked us to construct an angle this time. So we're not bisecting, we're not cutting anything in half, we're actually constructing an angle of 60 degrees at the point A. So we want a line that's coming out from A, up here somewhere, that will be exactly 60 degrees. And we've got to use our compasses to do this. You'll lose marks if you don't show your construction arcs. The way that we do this is we're going to put our compass point at A. We're going to extend our pencil to the other end of the line. And we're going to draw an arc that goes from that edge all the way up there. We're going to keep our compass at the same distance, so it's the width of the line. We're going to put the point at the other end this time, and from A we're going to draw another arc that comes up and crosses our first arc, like so. Now it's asked us to construct the angle at the point A, so it's really important that we draw our line from A. All we're going to do is draw the line from A and make sure that it goes through the point where our arcs cross just up here. And that's it. We've constructed a 60-degree angle at the point A. The last question we're going to look at uses a combination of the last two things that we've looked at. We need to construct an angle of 30 degrees at the point B. Now, we've looked at how to construct an angle of 60 degrees, and we've also looked at bisecting an angle, so cutting an angle in half. Now 30 degrees is half of 60. So if we construct an angle of 60 degrees first, and then bisect it, we will end up with an angle of 30 degrees. So I'm going to take my compass, again, we're going to put it at the point B, and extend the pencil to the other edge of the line. We're going to use this to draw an arc, going straight up like that. I'm then going to put my compass at the other end, and draw an arc from B that cuts through my first arc. Now I'm going to draw a line from B to the point where my arcs cross, like so. Now I'm not finished yet because all I've constructed so far is an angle of 60 degrees at the point B. It's asked me for an angle of 30. So we're going to use what we learned earlier about bisecting an angle in order to cut this angle in half, and that'll give us an angle of 30 degrees. So I'm going to take my compass and put it at the point B. I don't have to have it extended all the way at this point. So I'm going to do a small arc through that line there. I'm also going to do a small arc through the other line that I've recently drawn that forms my 60-degree angle. I'm going to keep my compass at the same width. I don't want to change it. And put the point of the compass in at that first arc and draw one arc out here. I'm going to put my compass at the other arc that I've drawn on the line and draw a second arc out here. Now then, where these two arcs cross, you can just faintly see it there, I'm going to draw a line through that point from the point B. This will make sure that I've split my angle in half. So my angle was 60 degrees, and now when I draw this line, I can put a marker in here saying that that angle is a 30-degree angle.